You become what you think. Okay, wait. Have you ever caught yourself spiraling over a thought and then suddenly your whole day starts acting like that thought is real? Like you are not just thinking the worst, you are living it? Yeah, same. And then I read this book, You Become What You Think. And I swear it didn't just change the way I think, it flipped my whole reality. This book is not just another think positive self help moment, it's deeper. It's about understanding how your thoughts are building your life moment by moment, how your mindset is shaping your relationships, your confidence, your future, even your energy. So, in this video, I am breaking down the realest, most life shifting lessons from You Become What You Think. And I will tell you exactly how I started rewiring my mental patterns. Starting with just one thought, stay with me. This might be the conversation your future self has been waiting for. Thoughts become reality. Okay, so I want to tell you something that changed how I look at everything. Like, I used to think thoughts are just, thoughts. Just these random things floating in our heads like background noise. But this book, You Become What You Think, completely flipped that idea for me. Like hard. It starts with this crazy idea your thoughts aren't just internal, they are creative, like they create your life. And I know when I first heard that, I rolled my eyes too. I was like, okay, girl, calm down with the ooh ooh. But then stuff started clicking. Let me explain. So, there was this phase in my life. I was constantly telling myself, you are not good enough. You are too late. Everyone else is already doing what you wanna do. And guess what? I stayed stuck. I wouldn't post a video, I wouldn't apply for the job, I would ghost opportunities because somewhere in my brain I had already lost before I ever tried. But then one day I read this line in the book whatever you consistently think about, you eventually attract. I was like, wait, what? So I tasted it. I flipped the script in my head every time I would hear that negative voice say, you can't do it. I would talk back out loud. I would be like, actually, I can. I'm learning, I'm getting better, it's happening for me. And at first, it felt fake, like I was pretending. But after 2 weeks of doing it daily, I swear something shifted. Let me tell you what happened. I had this vision board with little goals. Nothing crazy, just small stuff like I wanted to work with a specific brand, hit 10,000 followers, start waking up earlier without hating my life. And slowly, those things started becoming real. Not instantly, but suddenly people are noticing my content. I was feeling less anxious. I started taking small risks, saying yes to things I used to avoid. And then it hit me. My thoughts didn't just reflect my reality, they are building it. Now, here's what the book explains that made everything make sense. The mind is like soil. Whatever you plant, roses or weeds, it will grow. Like, wow, that metaphor hit me so hard. If you are constantly planting thoughts like, I am behind, I am unlucky, nothing works out for me, your brain doesn't question it. It just goes, okay, cool, let's make that your reality. But if you flip it, even if you don't fully believe it yet, and say, things are always working out for me, I'm in the right place at the right time. You shift the way you see opportunities. You are rewiring your mental GPS. It's not just fluff either. There's science behind this. Reticular activating system is the filter in your brain. When you believe something is true, your brain starts looking for proof of it everywhere. Think about it. Have you ever learned a new word and then suddenly you hear it everywhere? Yeah, that's your brain being like, oh, this matters. I'll show it to you more. Same with thoughts. If you keep telling yourself nobody likes me, guess what? Your brain's like, cool, here's more awkward situation to prove that. But if you switch it even subtly to I'm worth knowing, people enjoy being around me, suddenly you are noticing smiles, compliments, open doors. Not because the world changed, but because you did. So here's what I started doing, and it's straight from the book. Number 1. Start your day with one dominant thought. Before you even touch your phone, pick one sentence that said your vibe. Mine right now is everything I need is already within me. Number 2. Catch and flip the negative tape. You know the voice, the one who loves to tell you all the reasons you will fail. Call it out. Replace it with something helpful, even if it as simple as I'm learning. Number 3. Visualize daily. This is big. Not just thinking positively, but seeing yourself already living that version of your life. You at your dream job. You are giving the TED talk. You are waking up peacefully. Don't just dream it, mentally live it. And listen, I'm not perfect at this. I still have days where I spiral. But the difference now, I notice it faster. I don't sit in it as long because I know my thoughts aren't just noise, they are instructions to my future. This book reminded me of that. And if there's one thing I hope you take from this video, it's this: you are one thought away from a completely different life. Repetition reprograms the mind. Okay, I have to tell you something that low-key blew my mind and also kind of embraced me. So not that long ago, I realized I was bullying myself, and not in the funny, self-deprecating TikTok way. We are talking full on mental sabotage every single day. Like I would wake up and instantly go, ugh, you look so tired. You are falling behind. Nobody's gonna take you seriously. And I didn't even notice I was doing it because it was just normal. But then I read this chapter, Repetition Reprograms the Mind, and it hit me. Whatever you repeat becomes a belief, beliefs shape behavior, and behavior builds your life. That's when it clicked. I wasn't just thinking negative thoughts, I was training my brain to believe them. Think about it. We repeat negative stuff to ourselves constantly, over and over, and your brain's like, okay, noted. I'll make sure to remind you every day that you suck. But the crazy part, it works the other way too. Just like we accidentally program our mind with negativity, we intentionally program it with power, peace, and purpose. It's like brainwashing but for good. So I tried something that felt so cringy at first. I picked one sentence, just one. It was, I am safe, I'm enough, and things are working out for me. I said it out loud every morning and while brushing my teeth, in the shower, walking to class, on my way to work. Even whispered it while scrolling TikTok. And no joke, after like 7 days, my anxiety started softening. Like not gone, but softer, calmer, less sharp around the edges. Why? Because my brain, which was so used to hearing, you are behind, you are not ready, you will mess it up, was starting to believe something new, something kinder. And the book explains this perfectly. The subconscious mind doesn't judge what's true, it just accepts what's repeated. Okay, imagine this: your brain is like a blank chalkboard. Every thought you repeat, whether it's I'm not good enough or I'm unstoppable, gets written on that board over and over. Eventually, that message becomes permanent. It's just who you are. So if you are constantly repeating, I'm socially awkward, guess what? You will act awkwardly. You will avoid eye contact, shrink in conversations, and overthink everything. But if you start repeating, people love my energy, even if you don't believe it at first, you will eventually show up with a little more openness. Confidence is. Because repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity equal to belief. Here's how I made this work without feeling weird or fake. Step 1. Pick your new belief. What do you want your brain to start believing? For me, it was I am safe and enough. Yours might be I'm attracting aligned opportunities, I deserve love, I always figure things out. Step 2. Say it out loud, often. Morning, night, in the mirror, while walking, make it feel like background music in her mind. The goal isn't to yell it, it's to live with it. Step 3. Pair it with emotion. Don't just say the words, feel them. Even if it's only 5% belief, feel what it would be like if it were true. That's when the magic starts working. Step 4. Catch and cancel the old tape. When you catch yourself thinking, I always mess up, pause. Say, no, that's not my story anymore. Replace it with your new belief. It's a daily workout, but it works. Look, I still sleep. There are days I feel off, insecure, and overwhelmed. But now I know what to do about it. I don't just spiral, I repeat. I repeat who I want to become, and slowly I become her. That's what this chapter is about. Not some fake it till you make it nonsense, but real, raw reprogramming of your inner world. So your outer world finally starts to reflect who you are, not who you were conditioned to believe you are. The law of attraction in action. So let me be honest with you. I used to think the law of attraction was this super vague Pinterest board, light a candle and manifest a boyfriend kind of thing. Like, oh, cool. Just think about money and proof it shows up. Yeah, no. But when I read this chapter in You Become What You Think, it hit me different. It wasn't about magic, it about mindset, focus and energy. And the way it explained it, girl, it clicked. Here's what the book says. Super simple but powerful. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Let that sink in for a second because wanting something doesn't mean you are aligned with it. You can want success but think like a failure. You can want love but believe deep down you are unworthy of it. And your thoughts, they create a signal you are sending out 24/7. You are either pulling things toward you or pushing them away with fear, doubt, or resistance. Okay, story time. I had this crazy moment when I realized I was attracting exactly what I was thinking. A while ago, I kept telling myself, ugh, nothing ever works out for me. I never get picked. I am always overlooked. And guess what? Every opportunity felt like it slipped through my fingers. It wasn't bad luck, it was me expecting disappointment. So I was showing up that way. Then I decided to test the law of attraction for real. Like for one full week, I flipped the script. Instead of saying I'm not enough, I started saying I'm magnetic, aligned opportunities are finding me. I didn't say it once, I lived in it. And I'm not even exaggerating on day 4. I randomly got invited to a collaboration I would been dreaming of for months. No pitch, no begging, just energy aligned. The book uses a metaphor I love. Your mind is like a radio. Whatever station you tune into, that's what you receive. So if you are tuned into fear, you hear fear-based thoughts. You see danger everywhere. You attract situations that reflect the fear. But if you shift the dial to faith, to abundance, to love, you start noticing beauty and open doors. It's not about pretending everything's perfect, it's about asking yourself, what am I broadcasting right now? Let me ask you this. Do you wake up expecting good things or expecting another stressful, anxious day? Because your energy goes ahead of you. People feel it before you say a word. There's a law of attraction in action. And if you are thinking, okay, but how do I even change what I am attracting? Girl, I got you. 1. Become the version of you who already has it. Ask, what would future me think today? How would she show up? If you want to attract love, stop thinking like someone who's always been abandoned. If you want to attract money, stop thinking like someone who's always broke. 2. Match your energy, not your fear. Act as if, not fake, it's alignment. Walk, talk, and vibe like the version of you that already has peace, purpose, whatever it is. 3. Speak it daily. Words are so powerful, I talk to myself like, we don't chase, we attract. What belongs to me is already mine. Say it in the mirror, whisper it, write it 33 times, let it soak in. 4. Detach from how it happens. This one's hard but so key. You don't have to micromanage the universe. Your job is to believe, align, and move. Let the how figure itself out. And look, this isn't instant. It's not someone and done affirmation thing. It's about reconditioning your entire mental atmosphere. You have to train your thoughts the way you train your body because your current reality, that's just a result of past attraction patterns. But your next reality, that's being built right now with your thoughts, your vibe, your energy. And once you shift it, girl, everything changes. Thoughts build habits. Habits build destiny. Okay, real talk. This chapter hit different. Thoughts build habits, habits build destiny. Like, wow, I literally paused and just started at the page for a minute because, girl, that one sentence explains why so many of us feel stuck. Not because we are lazy, not because we are not smart enough, but because we have built habits around survival, not success, around copying, not creating. Let me tell you how I realized this was me. So every morning I used to wake up and do the same thing. Grab my phone, scroll, compare. Feel behind, rush through my morning, eat junk, skip journaling, and all day my mind would be racing like, I am overwhelmed, I can't keep up, I'm failing. I didn't even notice it had become a pattern. And then I read this chapter and it said something like, your daily habits are physical proof of your mental programming. Oof. The book breaks it down like this: a thought triggers a feeling. That feeling creates a behavior, repeating that behavior becomes a habit, and your habits, they build your life, your health, your money, your peace, your relationships. So if your dominant thought is, I'm not in control, you feel anxious, you avoid action, you scroll, you overeat and cancel plans. Boom, habit loop. That becomes your reality. But if your thought becomes, I take one step at a time, you feel empowered, you take action, even small ones, that becomes a new habit. That habit builds a new version of you. I had to ask myself, what kind of future am I building by doing this every day? And the answer scared me because nothing was bad. It was just automatic, and automatic gives you average. So I started rewiring slowly. I didn't try to change everything overnight. I just picked one thought to plant. Every small habit is shaping my future, and I attached a simple habit to it. 5 minutes of journaling, stretching while listening to affirmations, drinking water before coffee, saying thank you before scrolling. Tiny stuff, but when you do it every day, girl, it stacks, it grows, it rewards. Imagine this: every habit is a brick. Every thought is the blueprint. If you are thinking chaos, your habits are gonna look messy. If you are thinking clarity, your habits will follow that structure. So the question becomes, are you building a cage or castle? Because either way, you are building something. Okay, so how do you shift your destiny? Literally by changing your thoughts and habits. Number one, interrupt the autopilot. Next time you catch yourself doing that one habit you know isn't helping you, pause. Ask, what thought created this habit? Example, you are stress eating. Maybe the thought was, I'm behind. Reframe it, I'm allowed to pause and reset. Number two, pair a new thought with a micro habit. Pick a thought you want to make come true. Like, I'm a peaceful person, then do a 3-minute meditation after brushing your teeth. Stake it with something you already do, so your brain links it naturally. Number three, track consistency, not perfection. You don't need to be perfect, you need to be repetitive. It's a daily repetition that changes your identity. Like the book says, you become your habits and your habits become your fate. You are not gonna feel the shift overnight. This isn't a do it for a week and manifest your dream life thing. This is daily construction work on your destiny. But the moment I stopped trying to be perfect and just focused on planting one better thought each day, the habits started shifting. And the habits, they started changing me. Guard your mental environment. Okay, this one's personal. Like, personal. When I read the chapter, guard your mental environment from you become what you think, I had to close the book and just sit there, no music, no scrolling, just silence. Because it called me out. So let me tell you something I hadn't admitted to myself until recently. For a long time, I was feeding my brain junk, like I would be doing the self love routines on the outside. But internally, I was drowning in comparison, negativity, and noise, following influencers that made me feel like I was always behind, watching drama channels and calling it entertainment, keeping people in my life who only knew how to complain and criticize. Even my thoughts were echoing all of it. You are not enough, you need to catch up. Look at her, now look at you. And I was wondering why I felt anxious, drained, and creatively stuck all the time. Then I read this line, you cannot plant roses in polluted soil and expect them to bloom. Right? Let that sit. This chapter talks about how your mind is a mental ecosystem. Whatever you feed it grows. Positive input equal to growth, peace, motivation. Negative input equal to confusion, anxiety, burnout. And it's not just what you consume, it's who you allow access to your mind. The book says the conversations you entertain, the media you consume, and the people you give energy to are shaping your reality every single day. So the question becomes, are you protecting your peace or giving it away for free? I used to think, nah, I'm strong enough, I can handle a little negativity. But no, sis, that's ego talking. You might think you are unbothered, but if you scroll 100 videos of people flexing luxury lifestyles while you are trying to start over, or if you constantly listen to people who gossip and tear others down, even if you think it's just background noise, your subconscious absorbs all of it. And then, without even realizing it, you start acting from that energy. And that's why protecting your mental environment isn't a luxury, it's survival. Here's what I did when I realized my mental environment was a hot mess. Number one, unfollowed to protect, not punish. If someone's content was making me feel less than, even if it wasn't their fault, I unfollowed. Period. It wasn't personal, it was protective. Number two, curated by my inputs. I started following creators who make me feel calm, inspired, and grounded. I listen to podcasts that make me think higher, not shrink smaller. I replace 30 minutes of TikTok with 10 minutes of silence. Game changer. Number 3, set boundaries with energy drainers. This one was hard, but if a conversation kept leaving me drained or doubting myself, I started opting out. You don't owe access to everyone just because you have a stray. Number 4, created a mental sanctuary. My room is peace. I keep a corner for journaling, affirmation cards, clean air, and soft lights. Because sometimes you can't control the world, but you can create a safe space for your mind to reset. Imagine your mind is a room. Now ask yourself, who's allowed to walk in? What's playing on the walls? What music is filling the air? What voices echo when you sit alone? Now imagine living in that room 24/7 because you are. So if it feels loud, messy, chaotic, you have every right to redesign it. But when you start choosing your thoughts on purpose, everything starts to shift quietly, powerfully, permanently. You become what you think isn't just a book, it's a reminder. You are always planting something in your mind. The question is, what kind of garden are you growing? And hey, if this video speak to you even a little, like if it made you pause or rethink something, then please hit that like button so YouTube knows this message matters. Subscribe if you are ready to start curating your best mental environment, and drop an opinion in the comments so I know you are the part of the mindset shift. Your future self, she is already proud of you. Let's keep growing.